Welcome to practice. We're going to begin seated today. So grab a blanket to sit on, and just helps to bring the pelvis tipping forward a little, the top of the pelvis tipping forward, and sit up as tall as you can so that your legs are comfortable. We're going to start by chin to the chest, and then right ear, right shoulder, tipping the head back a little. Doesn't have to be a great big movement, and you don't want to feel like you're squashing the back of the neck. Staying nice and long there. Left ear, left shoulder, into the chest. So again, right ear, right shoulder, looking up or tipping the head back. Left ear, left shoulder, keeping the shoulders nice and wide. Into the chest, we're going to reverse. So left ear, left shoulder, looking up. Right ear, right shoulder, into the chest. One more, left ear, left shoulder, looking up. Right ear, right shoulder, and chin to the chest. Beautiful. Bringing your neck back to upright, and then just left ear, left shoulder. And then we're going to turn, so keep your ear near your shoulder, and you're going to turn your right cheek, so you're turning it up to the sun coming through this cloud we've had. Turning the right cheek up. Relax your shoulder. Good. And then head back to the front and releasing, lift your head up. Good. And then we'll do right ear, right shoulder. And then we're going to turn the left cheek up. So turning it up towards the sun. Beautiful. Look back to the front and then lifting up. Nice work. Just rolling your shoulders now. Shoulders up and back. Up and back. Nice work. Take your arms out to the sides and press out through the palms. Draw the shoulder blades down. And we're going to start to push the palms from side to side. And as you push, feel the core of your body stable. Back to center and into an all fours position. Make some spinal wave movement front to back. So give yourself room between your knees and your hands to bend your elbows. And feeling movement all along the spine. Finding your supple movement and the life force of the breath. And then the other one. Nice work. And back to center. We're going to take the right shoulder down towards the floor. So the right hand goes under the left arm, back of the hand along the floor. So thread the needle. And then right shoulder as close to the floor as you can. Put this nice big turn in the upper ribs. And you can take your left arm forward. So you're looking under your left arm. And just letting your body find that shape. Try to keep your lower leg parallel. And finding that deep breath. The flow of the breath. Beautiful. Back up into your all fours and let's do the other side. So the left shoulder comes down towards the floor. The right hand goes under the left arm and slides out along the floor, doing the back of your left hand. Bend your right elbow. Keep going until you can get your left shoulder as close as you can to the floor. Find your turn, your possibility of turning the rib, the upper back. Good. And you can walk your right arm out in front of you so that it is straight and you're looking under your right armpit. And breathing. So, awkward position, of course. But just letting yourself be comfortable with discomfort. Beautiful. And then come back to center and find forward virasana. So knees a little wider, making room for the belly and the ribs. Big toes touching. And take your arms as far forward as you can. Take the shoulder blades back as far as you can and the top of the head reaching forward. The back of the neck is long. Notice here what feels comforting and what feels awkward. Appreciating that feedback from your body. Noticing the natural breath. Always present. Beautiful. Walking your hands back now and come into a kneeling position as best you can, but you can kneel up. And we're going to tuck the toes under. All right, we're going to practice our lifting the knees up and down off the floor. So we're looking for the foot movement here. It might be more difficult somewhere else in the body, but just that up and down movement of the knees can be enough. If you've got plenty of movement here, you can take your heels down towards the floor so you can roll the knees back and forward. So just starting to warm up your feet. Put your hands where it makes the most sense. Stretch your fingers out wide if you're putting pressure on your hand. Good. So you might be rolling back onto your heels and then forward into knees touching the floor. Couple more. Beautiful. And then coming up to standing. All right, we're going to start at the back of the mat. Feet underneath the hips. We're going to be getting the feet working. They've probably been stuck in gumboots if you live in our area. Arms up. And let's bring the hands down onto the floor. Now, if you really have trouble reaching here, you can bend your knees more. But what I want you to do is walk your hands forward And walk your hands forward only so far as you can keep your heels on the floor. Good. And let your head just hang down. So we've done that nice work to relax the neck a little. So keep your neck really relaxed. All right, hands have walked forward. And now we're going to walk the feet forward. And when you walk your feet, lift the heels right up so you give your the base of your toes all a stretch before you take your step. Lift the heel right up and then padding the feet forward. And then pad the feet back. So you'll run out of room. Padding the feet back. Oh, and then the hands back. Now you can bend your knees, make that work, or you can have your legs straight. And then roll up. And looking up. Beautiful. Tadasana. We're going to do that again. Urdhva-hastasana. Uttanasana. And we're going to walk the hands forward. So give your fingers a big stretch. It's an opportunity to keep your fingers straight. Try to put the pressure in the base of your index fingers, so patting the hands forward. Keep your heels on the floor. So your feet are hip width and parallel. The heels are pressing down. Go as far forward with your hands as you can. Let your head relax. Let's take a couple of deep breaths here. Really just let the head hang down. All right, and then we're going to lift up onto the balls of the feet. And rolling up. And arms up. And Tadasana. Nice. All right. We're going to come to the front of the mat now. Tadasana. Urdhva-hastasana, arms up. Uttanasana, bones of the spine forward. Beautiful. Step your left foot back. Let's keep hip width feet parallel. Front leg bent, but back heel pressing. So we've got the hands on the floor. And we're going to press the front leg towards straight. And just notice what happens in your spine. Does that skin start to feel taut? So bend the front leg again and try to relax the spine forward. We'll keep that nice relaxed feeling in the neck. Feeling the breath, always present. And start to explore straightening the front leg without tensing the spine or the neck. Tuning into the flow of the breath. Nice work. Hold that leg straight as you can for a moment, without tensing your lower back or the sides of the waist. Beautiful. Now, we're going to take the weight in the front foot, lift up onto the left hip toes. So bring your weight forward a little on your fingertips or your hand. And see how you go lifting your back foot off the floor. You might be able to lift your leg to parallel to the floor and then lift right up onto your fingertips and look forward. So lifting the right kneecap now, the quadricep, really strong in that right leg, looking forward. Beautiful. If you really have your balance, you can try just lifting your fingers shy of the floor. Maybe put them back down. If you feel you can lift your arms all the way up, you're going to lift them by the sides of your body, palms up, looking forward. Beautiful. Hands back down to the floor. And from here, we're going to lift up, balance on the right foot. Try not to put your left leg down until you find your footing and then transfer the weight. Tadasana. Feet are hip width and parallel. Neck relaxed. And you're aware of the flow of your breath. Always there. Urdhva Hastasana. Looking up. Uttanasana. Pressing the bones of the spine forward. Lovely. Fingertips at the floor. Put your right foot back and press the right heel down. So the front leg is bent. The more you bend the front leg, the easier you can find the spine. So relaxing the spine forward, trying to avoid that feeling of the skin being taut. Good, and we're going to try and hold on to that feeling of the easeful spine and neck and bending and straightening your front. And holding now your front leg as straight as you can, your left leg. But notice, do you feel tense in your lower back? Try to ease those bones forward. You might be right up onto your fingertips to help the spine at ease, or your hands might be flat. Beautiful. All right, we're going to bend the front leg now. Put your hands where they make sense under your shoulders and start to bring the weight forward. Now, we've got the right tiptoes on the floor behind, but you're feeling the weight in your left leg and left foot now, containing the core of the body. All right, we're going to start to lift the right leg up. Keeping the hips level to the floor, feeling the flow of the breath. Beautiful. Look forward. Feel how that embeds the mid-back or between the shoulder blades. Try and be a little lighter in the hands onto the floor. Maybe you can lift your fingers up for a moment. If you truly have your balance, you can try taking your arms up beside your torso, palms up, lift them up, look forward. Virabhadrasana 3. We're going to put the hands back down onto the floor. And then we're going to lift up. So lift up, balancing on your left leg. My leg doesn't want to do that today. Balancing. And don't put your foot down until you find the floor with the skin of the foot. Find your placement. And then transferring your weight. Tadasana. Nice. We're going to step back, whichever foot you can see your device, but so you're facing the long edge of your mat. Urdhva Hastasana. Hands at the heart, big step back. Beautiful. Let's turn the toes out and we're going to drop the hips. And fold forward so you can put your hands onto the floor under your shoulders. If you have trouble reaching there's a couple of things you could do. You could have your hands on a seat of a chair instead. Sometimes the feet wider is going to bring you closer to the floor, if that works for your leg. All right. Now we've still got the hips dropping down. So I want you to explore that feeling of bringing the hips closer to the floor and take the knees back. But we'll keep the neck relaxed. The bones of the spine pressing forward. Even look forward, you'll notice that helps. Okay, so the hips are drawing down, knees are pressing out. And then we're going to start our bend to the right side, straighten the left leg, bend the left knee, straighten the right leg, and we're going to go from side to side. Try to keep the hips as close to the floor as is practical. Lift the pelvic floor. So as you're dropping the hip, feel that internal muscular support. And explore what feels good here in the stretch, where you need to be compassionate towards knees that might be vulnerable or hips that might be vulnerable. And exploring your rhythm. We're keeping the hips down and the knees as far from each other as they can be. Nice work. All right, come back to center. We've warmed up that hip movement a little. Turn your left toes in towards the mid of the mat and your right foot out at 90 degrees. Okay, and then hands are on the floor. We're going to bend the right knee. And I want you to keep bending until you get your thigh as close to parallel to the floor as you can, your right thigh. Nice. Take the knees apart from each other. So it's as if you were rolling your left knee back, rolling your right knee back. Good. And then we're going to swap sides. So swing the right foot toes in and the left foot toes out. And your hands are on the floor to support you. And you're going to bend your left hip, left knee as deeply as you can and try to get the femur bone parallel to the floor. Good. Your hands are there. And then imagine you could roll both knees out away from each other. Good. And then back to center. And let's go over to the first side again. So turn your left toes in, your right foot all the way out so it's parallel to the long sides of the mat, dropping the hips. And we're going to lift the torso. Lift the belly, lift the breastbone, bring your arms out. Beautiful. Right hand, right knee, left arm near your left ear. Left ribs rolling back, opening your heart towards the ceiling. Beautiful. We're going to come back down, hands onto the floor, and move into the second side by walking the hands across to the left side, turning your right toes in, turning your left toes out. Drop your left thigh bone close to parallel to the floor as you can. And then we want to feel internal muscular support, lifting up, placing your left elbow on your left knee, right hand on the right hip. Roll the right hip back, right ribs back, right arm by your right ear. And looking up at the ceiling, draw the shoulder blades back. Hips a little lower. And there's the breath. Always available. Beautiful. Hands back to the floor. Turn your toes, both sets of toes, in towards center. Stretch your arms out as far as you can in front of you. Bring your ears towards lining up with your biceps and letting the sides of your waist lengthen. Draw the shoulder blades back. Enjoying each breath. Mm. Beautiful. Walk the hands back. We're going to wiggle the feet in, or you can jump, little jumps into a squatting position. If squatting doesn't work, be in a forward bend. If you're in your squatting position, try and get your heels closer to the floor and do it by wriggling around a little bit, swinging your weight from side to side. If you're in a standing forward bend, feels better for your knees, then also swing from side to side and just really waking up all those muscular attachments at the back, the top of the hamstrings, back of the pelvis. Good. So we're swinging a little bit from side to side, standing forward bend, or in a squatting position. All right. And then we're going to sit down, however that works for you. And sitting up on the blanket. Comfortable leg. There are flies in here today. If you see me waving, we're just waving them away. Escaping the rain. Finding your center. Your breath. We're going to take the arms out from the shoulders. And for Garudasana arm, we're going to cross the right upper arm over the left. Now, we're aiming to hold on to the hand somehow. You might be able to grab your thumb or even face the palm. And if you have trouble with those bindings, just embrace your shoulders. So whatever arm hold we have, we're trying to keep the upper arms crossed as far towards the shoulders as you can. And draw the shoulder blades down. If it feels all right in your shoulders, take your elbows up and your hands from your face, away from your face. Looking up. Finding your breath. So you can make more space at the back of the neck. Beautiful. And if it feels like this part of your range of movement, imagine lifting your front rib up and over your legs and coming into a forward bend. Containing the core of the body, so squeezing the belly towards the spine as you lift back up, looking up and releasing your arms. Out to the side, reaching from the heart. Really reach them out, turn your palms up. Good, and then we're going to the second side. So try to get your left upper arm to really cross over the top of the right upper arm. You can hold your shoulders. You can see how you go, grabbing your thumb or facing your palm. Oh. Shoulder blades down. Make space at the back of your neck. See how it feels. You can to bring your elbows up, your hands away from your face. Don't force any of these movements. Listening to your body. Looking up. A little feeling of a back bend now. And then even a forward bend, that's part of your movement range. And then strong core, lifting up and releasing your arms. Stretch your arms out to the side from your heart. Palms up, thumbs down. Ooh, really stretching them and reaching. Beautiful. We're going to take both legs over to the right side for Bharadvajasana. And bring your blanket, you can make it higher if you like, and that's going to be under just the left sit bone. So we're aiming for the feet in as tidally as you can, near to your right hip. But it might be, if you're vulnerable in your knees, you might have more of a reclining mermaid position for your legs. So be compassionate, of course, your knee. Classically, the top of the left foot will sit in the sole of the right foot, but do the one that works for your knee. All right. We're going to lean back. In the leaning back, you're going to find that you've got access to turning and really stretching the belly, the abdomen, the muscles therein, and left ribs back, looking back over your left shoulder. Ah. Beautiful. Now, what we want to do is try and keep that feeling in the abdomen, but we want to bring the torso back up to perpendicular to the floor. So wiggle your left hand in, lifting the torso now. Your right hand can be on your left leg. And really turning the ribs. We're going to keep breathing and draw the shoulder blades down. Beautiful. There's one little addition here, if you like. Lift up your left hand behind you. You're going to reach it all the way behind your back over to your right side. And you could take hold of your right upper arm and then place your right hand back on your left leg. And then releasing Bharadvajasana and swapping sides. So you need your blanket on your right side, your feet swap over to the left side and take the position that works for your knees. Your legs might be out in that more mermaid position, the mer person position. All right, classically the top of the right foot is sitting in the sole of the left foot. But do what works for your knees to be not in pain. Alrighty, we're going to lean back. Notice how when you lean back, you've got so much more access to really turn the belly. So the skin from the left hip to the belly button, to the right rib. Ooh, access to the organs internal there. And breathing. Isn't it amazing? That breath is always there. Ah. Okay, now see if you can keep the strong turn of your belly. But we're going to bring the torso more perpendicular to the floor. So wiggle your right hand in. So we've got the left hand on the right leg and turning the belly, turning the ribs, Looking over the right shoulder. Shoulder blades are drawing down as the spine lengthens, the neck lifts out of the shoulder area, shoulder collar. Good. And that last movement of the arm bind, if you'd like to do that, you pick up your right arm, reach it behind you as far as you can so your hand is moving over to your left hip area. And then see if you can take hold of your left upper arm with your right hand. And then you can swing or wiggle your left fingers back towards your right leg. Short arms make those kind of arm binds really tricky. It looks different for every person. Nice. And then release and relax. We're going to lay down on the floor now, and you're going to put your blanket underneath your hips. Soles of the feet together, knees out wide, Baddha Konasana, with the hips supported. And take your arms overhead so your palms are facing up. And you can stretch them out to straight, or you can keep them relaxed, whatever feels like that's what your shoulders need. So if stretching them is too tense for the neck, then just keep them relaxed. Otherwise, explore that stretching. And breathing, always there. The life force. And all these positions that we put our bodies in the practice, always supported with compassion and breath, awareness. Gently releasing your arms back in, taking the support out from underneath your hips. So bring your knees back up. And we're going to do a little twist now. So give yourself room. Take your arms out from your shoulders. Bring your inside edges of the feet together, knees together. We're going to lift the hips and swing them to the right, and the knees are going to go left. Look over your right shoulder. We try to get the right shoulder blade on the floor. And put your knees as close to your left arm as feels like a really good position. So closer to your arm might be a bigger stretch, or maybe further away just feels better for your back. So modify where your legs are to feel the best. And we'll keep the neck really relaxed. We've got a lovely twist of the spine from the base to upwards. Good, and then really gather your awareness of your core strength. The belly presses towards the spine. Spine is lifting, pressing into the core of the body, even the sides of the waist. And then you're going to lift your leg and put your feet back on the floor. Lift your hips, swing them to the left. and knees go right this time, and the left shoulder blade stays on the floor, and you turn your head to look over your left side. You can close your eyes and make that movement or that exploration of how close to your arm could your knees go. Maybe that's not what your back needs, though. Maybe further from your arm feels better for your back. So finding what you need for your back and feeling that twisting movement, that twisting stretch is all the way to the base of the skull. The neck is involved, and we want to keep relaxing all the way along the spine, including the neck. And there's the breath. Always beautiful. Really contain the core of your body to center, to feel the strength available there. So when you lift your legs, you feel supported. Beautiful. Legs up to center. Then we're going to hug the knees into the chest, rocking a little bit from side to side. If you have time for your own Shavasana, now would be good. Namaste to you. If, like me, you need to finish your practice, we're going to roll over to the right side and come up to sitting. And bring your hands together in front of your heart. Take the healing practice